Hello traders, Lance Ippolito here. Welcome to the free video of the day. So a couple things for the week ahead is usually the week leading up to the 4th of July should be slightly bullish with low volume. So we see that the 4th of July is Tuesday. I'm anticipating a slightly choppy to bullish price action on Monday, and if there is follow through on Tuesday to the upside, I think the green light is on because I'm only looking at long setups here in this video and really in the market in general. A couple things, I think the index is trading, for example, like the Qs and the S&P, not the most attractive thing to look at. I want to look at the movers, which I discussed a little bit in the member video, but what a couple of trade setups that I do like leading up to next week is Netflix. Netflix had that big tech sell-off right in here as we see the decline in Netflix, and then holding around that 150. Something interesting in Netflix, I call these gap downs. I know there's not gap downs, but you see how quickly price went down on these two red bars here on the daily. Usually when that happens, the underlying will normally retrace itself back up to almost like fill the gap just as quickly as it moved lower. So you have to see how Netflix were pushing up here actually on higher volume. And this whole price action here, right around 150 to 154, see how volume was relatively light. Our up days have more volume than the down days. So it appears to be, people aggressively sold here or shorted in here. No one's really shorting in here. There's some buys in here. And then we have our first day of a pop on Friday here in Netflix. What will happen is if we continue to cross above 160 and above, those stops get hit there in Netflix. So I think we could run up to possibly 166 again. And remember, Netflix does report in July, and you see the volatility, how light it is right now, only implying a $15 move. That is extremely light right now, and that volatility will get jacked up. I get a lot of questions on the steel names. Letter X, probably the number one out of the group. In this, I just caution, caution, caution. It is completely bottom fishing. There's no clear direction yet. Look for a breakout. Really, I mean, to be conservative, 23, if not 24, and wait till we get into that gap. Something similar to like Twilio. I always feel like if you get in too early, you could take some pain. Like if you got in here, or even if you bought this pop, then you took a day of pain, and you see a Twilio moving into the gap. And same thing with Biotechs. We are running into some resistance here in the XBI ETF. Some names like Celgene look great, but no, this is almost like almost treated like an earnings event, to where they could continue to break out, but if the healthcare law legislation goes poorly, then if you're buying options, then you could just see a huge retracement to the downside. So caution, caution on Monday and Tuesday, and look for follow through on Tuesday to the upside. And the sectors I like: steel, casinos, and of course these high short float names that you see here. A couple solar names, another one. Most of the solar stocks are highly shorted, so they could pop too. But avoiding retail completely, and avoiding the indexes as well.